guys, welcome back to The Bright Side. Macy here, The Bright Side Girl, and today I'm doing my announcement for Retold-a-thon. This is so exciting because Retold-a-thon is my retelling themed readathon. This will be the first year for it, so it's a brand new readathon. I always have a couple shelves full of retellings that I need to get to, and I try to get to a couple every year, and I've been wanting to do this readathon for a while, so this is the year for it. I have a giveaway, I have challenges, I have all the things I normally have for readathon, so we're just gonna dive right in with all the details. Okay, so first up, the readathon is going to be 2 weeks like normal, running Monday, August 7th through Sunday, August 20th. The hashtag for the readathon is going to be hashtag Retold-a-thon. I always try to find hashtags that are not already taken, and this one was available, which is also why I chose the name for the readathon. As per usual with all of my readathons, I have reading challenges, Instagrammed photo challenges, and a bunch of things happening. You don't have to do any of that if you don't want to. You can just read one retelling in the 2-week time period and you are good to go. The challenges and everything just make it a little bit more fun and kind of pushes us out of our comfort zones a little bit, helps us to get kind of creative. I have 5 reading challenges for you. I personally will be reading retellings for all of the reading challenges, but technically if you wanted to, you could kind of squeeze around that if necessary. So the first reading challenge is going to be a fairy tale retelling. Since this is the first year for the readathon, I thought I would make the reading challenges fairly basic and easy. Any fairy tale retelling like Hans Christian Andersen style, Beauty and the Beast, Sleeping Beauty, anything that's considered like a fairy tale. You can do a fairy tale from a different region as well. There are a lot of different myths and lores from all over, so this one's pretty open-ended. Challenge number 2 is a villain backstory. I personally have read like a lot of Captain Hook retellings. I've read a few about Ursula. I've read some about Maleficent. You could also read ones that are not fairy tale villain backstories as well. I'll have some recommendations for this at least on my Instagram. I've read a few villain backstories that I really enjoy as well. Challenge number 3 is set in a castle. So this is one that you could kind of make not a retelling if you wanted to, but since a lot of our fairy tales and things are set in castles or around castles, I thought this would be a fun one. Challenge number 5 is Greek mythology. So we're thinking retellings of like the Odyssey, Hades and Persephone, Helen of Troy, anything that's considered from Greek mythology. And then challenge number 5 is a Cinderella retelling. I thought I'd throw one very specific retelling in here. Now you can combine all of these challenges if you want to. If you could find a Greek inspired Cinderella retelling set in a castle that has a villain, that would work for all of the challenges. I'll be making videos about a couple of these, either reels or full YouTube videos, to give you some recommendations. I have a retelling playlist here on YouTube. I'll link down below in the description. I think there are only 3 videos in there right now, but I'm going to add to it as the weeks go on. I will have at least one Retold-a-thon video coming out every week up until the readathon. We're about 3 weeks out right now. I will also be posting recommendations and things on my Instagram as well. As per usual, I have made graphics for the readathon. These are purely to share on Instagram, specifically on your Instagram stories, although the invite and the reading challenges are formatted for your regular feed if you want to share them there. So I have things like currently reading, currently listening, Retold-a-thon reads, things like this. You can download these graphics down below in the description in the graphics folder. I will also be sharing them to my Instagram and saving them in a highlight reel so that you can either screenshot them or just download them directly. You don't have to use these if you don't want to. They're just for fun. Kind of helps spread the word about the readathon and also like lets people know if you're participating. There is also a Retold-a-thon music playlist on Spotify. I will warn you, I don't have very many songs on here yet. I'm working on it over the next week or 2 to add some more. So hopefully by the time the readathon starts, it will be a full playlist of different retelling themed songs. It's a little bit trickier, but I'm doing a good job finding some. The link for that will be down below in the description also. I will be vlogging for the 2 weeks of the readathon. I will have one vlog out for each week. I'm trying to think of some retelling themed activities to do. Hopefully we find some fun stuff and ways to have good adventures along the way. I will be hosting a giveaway on Instagram per usual. There will be at least one giveaway that is gently used books and like Retold-a-thon themed goodies, and then at least one books only giveaway. This is going to be US only. You do need to be at least 18. I'm hosting it purely on Instagram. You can enter by commenting on my giveaway post when that's shared the week of the readathon, and also by doing some of the Instagram photo challenges. So I have Instagram photo challenges for every week. You do not have to do these to participate in the readathon, but it is a way to kind of build up your Instagram, make some friends, and get extra entries for the giveaway. So every time you share a photo that's themed for the readathon, you'll get an extra entry into the giveaway. I have 2 rules about the photos. They do need to be current on your Instagram feed, not just your stories. You can definitely share them on your stories if you want to, but they need to be posted on your actual feed to count for the giveaway entry. And they need to be an actual photo. It doesn't have to be something you've taken recently. You can use an older photo if you want. It just needs to be on your current feed, so posted that the day the challenge is. You do want to use the hashtag retoldathon. However, Instagram has changed the way that hashtags work. It's a lot harder for me to see the newest posts because of the way that they changed hashtags. For this readathon, it won't be quite as bad. There are none under the hashtag so far because it's a new readathon. But if you want to be sure to get entered into the giveaway, make sure you tag me. You don't have to tag me in the description if you don't want to. You can just tag me in the photo, or you can just send me the photo in a DM just to make sure that I see it. I always share all of the photos in my Instagram stories, and if I don't see your photo, then you won't get the entry into the giveaway. So you do want to make sure to tag me or send it to me in some ways to make sure that I see it, now that the Instagram hashtags are a little bit trickier for me to work with. It's also just a really good way to make friends, and if we're reading similar things, you can kind of talk about it. I will be posting a poll for the Retoldathon group read in like a week or two, both here and on Instagram, and then I combine the results and I let you guys know in one of the future videos what the group read is, so it's always exciting to do that. And lastly, my tip that I do at the end of every video is to make sure to go and get your library books now. So if you're requesting physical books or audiobooks, placing holds now since we're about 3 weeks out from the readathon, and that way you have time to get things in time. I'll be continuing to recommend things over the next couple weeks, so I'll give you guys lots and lots of ideas, but I always go and do all my requests on like Libby or for physical books that I use for photos and things like that. Another tip that I have is to take some of your photos in advance. Whenever I do that, it gives me a lot more time to read, and you can also schedule posts now on Instagram, which is super, super helpful. So I try to take several photos in advance if I can, and that way I can be a little bit more creative and not have to do it like the day before the photo challenge, and schedule them, and then I have more time to interact with people and read and do audiobooks and stuff like that. Again, I go pretty intense into the readathon since I'm a host. We consider it like a reading party, so I do activities and themed food and different fun things, and it's kind of like a Christmas type celebration for 2 weeks for whatever the theme is. And I'm really excited because this is my first year for Retoldathon. Like I said, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at The Bright Side Girl. If you haven't already, let me know if you're participating down below in the comments. If you're going to read, if you're going to do the photo challenges, if you're going to vlog, if you're just going to read, all of that's perfectly fine. Let me know if you're excited for it. And yeah, I think that is it for now. We've only got 2 more readathons left after this one. Trying to make the most of the last half of the year. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time on The Bright Side.